Yes, yes, I know. So everybody wants to be productive. Now, if you want to be productive, you're wondering, but mommy, sometimes work is just so much. There's too much on my desk. And there are a lot of times, a lot of the things that I have to do don't even fall within my job description. I don't know what to do. There's very little timing, so much more. But today, for the next hour or so, I'm going to show you a few things that you can practically adapt so that your productivity can peak. Because everybody goes to work with the intention of wanting to do something. Unless, of course, you really don't love this job. But my suspicion is that you leave home, sit in this terrible Accra traffic, whether you're driving or you're sitting in as a passenger, you find your way to work, and the expectation would be that you would deliver on the goals and objectives for which reason you were employed. So if you've been struggling, you have the intention, you actually desire, but by the end of the day or week or month, you realize that you haven't done much. And you're wondering what's happening. Maybe the reason this is happening is because you haven't even paid attention to how you're going about your work. Because how you work matters to how productive you can be. So what are we here to talk about this afternoon? We want to break some of the myths around productivity. We want to learn some very practicable processes and tools, and we want to be able to apply these tools when we get back to our work. And I'm not just talking about employed work, but even if it's your business that you're running or family business, right? Now let's have some fun. Everybody on the call, please grab a piece of paper and find you a pen or a paper. I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to dig into my drawer and I'm going to find me pen and my paper. So grab you pen or pencil and just get a piece of paper, a sheet of paper, a notebook, whatever you can find that you can write on. Please grab a piece of paper and a pen. Now, if I may request of you, can you put on your camera for me? Please, I want to see your handsome, beautiful, amazing face. Just put on your camera for me if you can, please. Thank you, Vivian. Thanks, Aquele. Please put on your camera if you can. Sarah, thank you. Hi, Charlene. Thank you, Bernard. Put on your cameras, put on your cameras, put on your cameras. Okay. Now, as the others try to find a space where they can put on their cameras, Maame Gaisey, thanks for getting your camera on. I want you, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, just use your natural hand. And please fix your gaze on me. Like, don't look down. Don't look down on your paper. If you cheat, I'll catch you. Even if your camera is not on, you can see me. So can you please just look straight at me? Don't look down. Just look straight at me. Is that okay? Right. And as you're looking at me, I want you to try to draw me on that piece of paper. Draw me. I don't know. This is not an art class. Don't look for perfection. Just try to draw me. Okay. So look at me. Draw my hairline. Just like that. Okay. And my neck. Don't forget my earrings, my awesome earrings. which was gifted to me by Tina. Right. Okay. My neck. Just draw me. Remember to let my 565 show on my black shirt. Don't look on your paper. Everybody just fix your gaze on me and draw. Okay, now I'm going to start the timer. Because we've already started this for a while, I'm going to give us 20 more seconds. Let's see who will come up tops with this. And my stopwatch is here. Stopped. And we have 15 more seconds to go. Okay. Time up. Okay. Now, for those of you who have your cameras on, I want you to show what you have been able to draw of me to the camera. Ready? On your marks, go! Let's see. Even I couldn't draw me. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah? Okay. Bernard, I can't see. Raise it to the camera. Oh, Maame Gaisey, really? Vivian, I will sue all of you people for making caricatures of me. Apele, see how big my ears are looking on your drawing. People, it's a Friday. You can't get so serious. Seriously, sometimes we just need to let it all down and laugh about ourselves. Oh my God, Sherry-Ann. Oh wow. I think I need to register you for an arts class. Oh boy. That's amazing. Thank you all so much. Hawkins, I'm waiting to see your drawing. Take a picture of your drawing and pop it in the chat so we can all see. Thank you all so much for getting this. I'm seeing some more. Okay, now I'm going to pause here before I lose it. I just love to love. Right. So one of my joys, people, is on productivity. And everybody who knows me knows I'm always pushing for what are we doing? What have you done? And, you know, as we say now, time no day. Time really no day. But it doesn't mean that our whole lives have to be around work. And this is why when it is time for work, we are hoping that you're going to be as productive as possible so that when it's time for you to relax and enjoy the life outside of work, you can do that as well. So on productivity, you can be sure to find me serving as your coach. I'm going to help you identify and overcome your personal barriers that stop you from maximizing your efforts and your output. And I will make sure that I hold you accountable to set meaningful goals and develop the habits that are required to make you more productive. And I also serve as your mentor, really. When it comes to productivity, I can share insights of how sometimes I think I could do better with my time management and how sometimes I put my head too deep into work and don't chill as much as I want to. And I can share some experiences of things that have worked for me, what have not worked, and the lessons that you can glean from that. And share some guiding principles. So on this call, I'm going to share some guiding principles with you. And as your people enabler, it is about me supporting you to focus on creating workable systems that work for you and processes that create the kind of environment where everyone in your space can actually thrive and be productive. And when you call me and say, Miss Consultant, can you help me? Oh yes, I am more than ready to support you to align the productivity initiatives that you've set for yourself, your team, or your business with the organizational goals, and to help align the people you have in the team do the things that they can do the most that will deliver on your targets. And of course, whilst doing all of that, my favorite fast is about creating a work environment or culture that allows everybody to thrive. Right, so now let's start deconstructing the whole productivity. Because if you ask me, from where I sit, I think productivity is more than just a buzzword. You know, and sometimes people, we talk about, we see a lot, we watch a lot about, oh, come watch 20 productivity hacks. Then you watch it and you save it. My question is, when did you practice even one of them? So it is more than a buzzword when we talk about productivity. So what is productivity and what is it not? Productivity goes beyond being busy. So activity does not lead to productivity. Let's just be mindful. The fact that you're fully engaged, running around, doing a lot, even if you're seated and you're doing so much, it does not make you productive. The focus of productivity is really on expected outcomes and making the right impact when, how, and where it is meant to be. Now, productivity also reveals the difference between efficiency, which is doing things the right way, and effectiveness, doing the right things. Because a lot of people do things the right way. Does that make them productive? Maybe not. A lot of people do things the right way. Does that make them productive? No. Because sometimes doing things the right way can be unproductive. And sometimes doing the right things can take too much time. And if you over focus on the effectiveness of it, you could be driving yourself towards perfectionism, which may not give you productive outcomes. When we talk about productivity as well, one of the things that I want you to avert your thoughts to is having sustainability. Some people have bursts of like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're very productive, they're doing that. I just want to sleep. No. Productivity has to be sustained. And we don't say sustain meaning working 19 hours out of the 24 hours. It's not healthy. I'm guilty, and I will not encourage anybody to be doing that because it can lead to burnout. Also, when it comes to productivity, some things we're going to share here will apply to you. Others may not. For some of the things, just by the kind of work you do, the role you play, the industry you work in, you may not be able to apply them. And that's okay. You have to pick and choose what works for you. Sometimes even what works for you inside your team, because a lot of your team members might be interested in doing things in a particular way. But you need to understand what works for you and what does not work for you. So why do we even have to talk about productivity? Why should it be of interest? As people looking for personal and development growth, why productivity is important is because it has some enhanced benefits. So for you as an individual sitting on this call right now, it can reduce your stress. Productivity can reduce your stress. And it can actually increase your job satisfaction. Sometimes you're not liking your role so much because you're not able to find the right point at which you can mix both effectiveness and efficiency to be able to be productive. It can also help you develop your skills in things that will amaze you. When you learn the scale of productivity, it develops your overall professional skill set. And it helps you achieve your own personal goals. For instance, if you're working and you want to school, and you don't learn to be more productive at work, it can affect your studies as well. And to be very honest, for those who spend the right time doing the right things, they have better work-life integration. You know that we're going to talk about this whole conversation about balance. I am on the path of integration because nobody is doing full work during some hours and nobody is living private life fully during some hours. We all interlace these nowadays. And sometimes it's about finding the right integration point and making sure that you're not burning out. That will give you productivity. And for the teams as well, there are benefits, because when we are productive, it improves collaboration, it gives higher quality output, and we're able to meet our project and product and services deadlines. It actually helps us, pump up a little bit more than we otherwise would. And it encourages innovation. When we're using our right times the right way to do the right things, it actually helps us to want to think outside the box to do more. And for the organization, so have you seen the thread? The benefit to you as an individual, the benefit to your team, even if you're an individual contributor, the people that are working in your zone, that will matter when it comes to productivity. But for the business, the organization, the church, whatever you work for, having productivity helps achieve the strategic goals that we spend time and money to develop. It also gives us a competitive advantage over our rivals in business or our competitors, and it increases profitability. I'm telling you what, the best gold you can give to your employer is to make sure that when it's time to deliver on goals, you just do that. That's the best thing you can do. And that is where they become profitable, doing the right things at the right time for the right reason. And it also improves employee retention. You'll be shocked that some people are leaving the environments they are working because they don't find that, there's productive work to be done. They find they go to work, they don't see what they do, they don't see the outcome. Everybody is just there getting busy about what they can't tell. So some people leave. So for organizations that drive productivity, people find it a lot more easy to plug in. You will think that, maybe they're driving them. No, but people want to be productive intrinsically. So when they find an environment where this is encouraged, they are able to stay. And above all, culture again. It gives us the right culture. So now back to you. I've told you this is, it's a collaboration. So I am not going to be sitting here doing all the talking myself. So let's play a game. Truth or myth. I know that all of you know a few things around truth or myth. So let's play a game right now. We hear that people who multitask are able to do a lot more and they're more efficient. Is this a truth or a myth? Pop your answers in the chat box right now. Let's see. Truth or myth? Myth, it's a myth, it's a myth. More answers. Are the myth people going to be allowed to win? Myth, okay. Vivian Wiener, Huckett, Maame Gaisey say it's a myth. More answers. Truth or myth? Multitasking is efficient. Myth. In capital letters, says Abigail. Right, you're all correct. It is a myth. It is a myth. Let me tell you, in reality, the more you switch between tasks, the less you do, the more time you spend on specific tasks, and the less effective you become eventually. So it's not true. So especially for us women, we are cooking, we are talking, and we are doing this, and sometimes you're doing all of that at the same time. And when you're done, you realize, I forgot this. I missed that. I've left all sorts of things in all sorts of places because I was in a call online, like a meeting online, and I'm cooking and I'm taking care of this, and somebody is asking me questions and I'm attending and I'm doing dishes in between, and you finish and I wanted to do that. I wanted to, and you would have forgotten a lot. So it's more costly. So multitasking, especially when you're at work and you need to focus, whether you're a carpenter, you're a computer scientist, multitasking can be quite a cost. Now, truth or myth? Working longer hours equals more output. The longer you work, the more you get out. Is that a truth or a myth? Myth. Okay. Hake says it's a myth. Vivian says it's a myth too. More answers? Myth. Sarah says it's a myth. Sharian says it's a myth. Akwele, you raised your hand. Okay, I guess that was a mistake. Myth. If Westmany says it's the myth, and Bernard says it's a big myth. Yes, it is a myth. The reality is that longer work hours can cause diminishing effect. So you eventually begin to do less and less in terms of quality and in terms of quantity, and it can cause burnout. So no, it's a myth. Thank you very much, people. Now, there are some productivity killers that I want us to take a look at. A few. Procrastination. When we're little, we're told procrastination is what? The thief of all times. Now, this is rooted majorly when it comes to work in the fear of failure. We are afraid to start or do it and not get it right. And for some people, it is procrastination that is feeding your unproductivity. So, for those of you as well, especially my OCD people, who want to make sure that the things are perfect, you aren't going to get a perfect condition. So you might just as well begin to do the things. Because if you wait till it can be perfect before you send, if you want it to be perfect before you can share, then you aren't going to do anything. And for some people, they keep procrastinating because they are not too clear. They are not too sure exactly what they're supposed to do. So instead of going to ask for clarity, they rather shun from doing it. And they keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it in the evening, I'll do it again, and it never happens. And for some of you, what is killing your productivity is the constant interruptions and distractions. And some of them are digital. Everybody is in this zone. If somebody is not distracted by digital, I'm here. I'm going to sponsor you to a lunch. Just let me know. And we also have physical interruptions. Some people walk to your desk or you keep walking about, and it's killing your productivity. Some of us are not delivering productively because there are no clear priorities. What is important? What is urgent? We can't tell. What is going to make the most impact? You can't tell. So you're just doing things only to realize that you've done a lot, but those lots didn't deliver much results. And for some, it is about energy management. And for me, I'm the queen of energy management. So please, if you're looking for help with this one, maybe you should be coming to my mentorship space. But honestly, if you don't know yourself, you don't know where your energy banks rise and fall, then you're going to be a victim of lack of productivity. So let's get the foundation right. A lot of things will happen in our mindset if we are clear about what is required. So question is, how does your current mindset support or does not support your productivity? The power of your growth mindset is very important when it comes to productivity. And you're wondering, Mami, but what has this got to do with productivity? I'm thinking what time I should know. If you are the kind of person that embrace challenges and see them as learning opportunities, then you are better able to get around these challenges a lot quicker to move to doing things rather than dwell on them. Some people just see setbacks and they back off. What that means is that you are never going to be able to do anything. So sometimes you require a bit of push and stability when the going gets tough. And for some of you, you want big efforts within a short time. No. Sometimes what you need is to do small things regularly to be able to build that perfection you are looking for. Because it won't come like thunder. Boom. No. It has to come. It's like drizzles, shower, the rain, then the thunder, then lightning, and then the sky. Then you get your rainbow. But if you're waiting for the rainbow without all of this, then it will not happen. And for a lot of you, how you define your goals and priorities, what you are seeing as priorities, what you're setting as the goal, it might be too much as a chunk. You're not breaking it down properly. Might be the reason your productivity is struggling. So let's start from the point of clarity. And I'm telling you, I love clarity. I keep asking questions. Are you with me? Are we clear what we're doing? Or I'll come back and ask you a few questions if you're a client, not because I don't know what I have to do, but I just want to be able to meet you where you know you want me to meet you, rather than me assuming. So I love clarity. Now, to be able to be clear, you need to set your own goals, and we all know SMART goals. I'm not going to belabor it. Just make sure that they are specific, even if it is about how you want to sleep, how you want to brush. It's the basic things. You don't have to write everything down, but just be clear that you're very specific. You can measure that, you can achieve it, or you will learn to achieve it, and that it is relevant to you, because you can set a goal of watching YouTube videos or TikTok videos for 3 hours a day. Question, is it relevant? So it's a goal because it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, but is it relevant? And you need to always have time around it. That's how you never called. So please have SMART goals. Yeah? Wonderful. Now I want to show you something that I use a lot when I'm doing productivity. And people, just so you know, I take this as a proper 3-day course for clients in the corporate space, and they pay a lot of money. So as you're getting this on my good side, please lap at it as much as you can and share the link with your friends and your family and everybody else who could do with this, so that they can join us to all learn. One of the things that I use when I want to create clarity and to be able to attend to things properly is the Eisenhower matrix. Is this urgent, important matrix that I teach. And if we're in a class of a workshop, I would be able to actually take your calendar and your to-do list and be able to help you to pop the things in. So you can see in the 4 boxes that by the time you're done separating your tasks, that things that you must do now, that things that you need to decide on, that things that you need to get out of your way, and that things that you need to delegate for others to do. So go looking for the Eisenhower matrix. It's online, and learn about it. If you need help for your team, I can sit with the team. We can do lunch and learns. We can do a 3-hour session. It could be on a project that you want clarity on. And there's a long list of things. And sometimes you're wondering, you look at the thing and you are just demoralized. You're like, you know what? Let me just chill. It's just like when Kweku says that, you know what? 50 cedis cannot buy you a Mercedes. So facture wenum. Go and buy some fufu or gobe or jollof and chill your body. If you look at your long to-do list and you're not careful, I'm telling you, you probably will never start. So this is a very good tool that helps with clarity. The other thing that I like when it comes to productivity is to look at what will give me the most output. So the tool that comes to mind, and I've used it on projects especially when it has to do with what we can do to make the most out of the little we have, is the Pareto principle. Some of you hear it even in savings, you hear it in investment, you hear it all over. It can be used in different ways. But today we are talking about the Pareto principle around, and this is an Italian man who came up with this principle by observing his garden. And the Pareto principle is basically the 80-20 rule. So some people will refer to it as the 80-20 rule. For me, when it comes to productivity, I look at this as what will give you the most with the least application of time and effort. So don't overthink it. That's what you're looking at. If you look at your tasks and to-do list, if you look at the things that need to be delivered, if you look at the clients you need to reach out to, if you look at the projects you are working on, what will give you the most with the least input? That's what you're talking about. So you need to align them so that you are better able to focus on the things that will give you the most output without you breaking your back. So the Pareto principle is also available for us to use. Now, in the face of all these things, what I want you to look at is how you can regularly review and adjust your priorities. And which brings me to the point of another program that we run, how to say no. And I know you're asking me, hey, Maame, somebody has employed me. He has asked me to do this and I'm going to say no. It's not about saying no to doing that. Sometimes your no has to be silent so that you can deliver on something. I do that with my team members. I've asked them to do something whilst they are at it in the middle of it. Then I come up and say, oh, shouldn't you look at this for me? Can you do, and the list never ends. So what you need to do is you listen and you mentally put it in your Eisenhower matrix. Is this going to give us the most thing? Because some of the things have to be done right now. So you may have to pause on what you're doing, or you say no mentally to the distraction, finish with what you're doing and deliver on that. That also means that sometimes you've got to negotiate. So when you're told to do something and you can negotiate on what it is that you can deliver right now, I'm asking you to please do that. You can negotiate that. Can I get to you in the next 2 hours? I'm working on so and so. You need to be very transparent if you're going to negotiate on your time. That I'm working on so and so that you asked me to do, or this other person has asked me to deliver on. Can I finish that quickly so that I can come to what you're asking me to do right now? Now, there's a place for purpose when you're looking to be productive. Sometimes a lot of us go into spaces. We are employed, we want to do stuff, but we are realizing that it's not connecting. Question: how do we ensure that the goals that the organizations or the employer that we're working for are aligning with a larger purpose that we feel connected to? It helps you to want to do things very easily. It helps you to come to work with a load of energy. It helps you to approach the mission or whatever it is that you're working on very easily. You also need to identify that things that motivate you, and you need to work on that. If you're waiting for a motivational coach before you get up, sometimes it just doesn't come. So you've got to just strap it, wear the heart, and get to work. What is it that motivates you? You need to find that within before you look for it without. So some of the things I ask are, how can we ensure that the roles and the responsibilities that we have in the teams are properly defined? Again, clarity, and that when we finish working, everybody can see the impact we are having. Now let's talk about how you can master your time and your energy to make the most out of your time. Productivity is what we are still talking about. So effective time management comes in different forms. And people, I have so many techniques that by the time we're coming online live, we had agreed that for the sake of the time, we will do a few and continue next week. Is that okay? So we'll take you through some until our time is up. And next week, we are going to be doing the part 2 of our productivity hack. So please make it, no, not next week, next 2 weeks, we are going to come up with the part 2 of our productivity series. So make a date and don't forget. So already book it. Now, my favorite, and this one, I'm coming with my hands up, I confess, this is what I use. This is what I cheat on with every time and everywhere. Time blocking, some people call it time boxing, some people say it is time scheduling. Whatever it is that you're calling it, this is when you cross the two powerful things when it comes to productive work, your calendar and your to-do list together. And you're basically saying that I'm allocating time for specific things to do in a day, and you stick with it. So just like you're scheduling a meeting, you would schedule the meeting, make sure that you prepare and you turn up. So if you have to do a presentation, you just go and make sure that you do exactly that. So for me, when it's time for me to do something, I'm certain, you can ask my teammates, sometimes they come up and I say, no, we've got to do this, or they're asking me to do this. I say, give me a moment because I just want to finish something. So time blocking allows you to show up well prepared to deliver on the things that you need to do. And it actually forces you to be more realistic, because sometimes we tell ourselves and lie to ourselves that we can do so much, when in actual fact you can't, because you have so much time. 24 hours is what God gives everybody. So it allows you to be very realistic, and it also helps you to group like tasks together, and it helps you to be able to be more focused and organized. So look at time blocking or time boxing this way. It's like having a shopping list and going to the supermarket, and the supermarket has a lot of aisles. So you have the oil, you have the pasta, you have confectionaries, you have, detergents. You don't run from detergent to go and pick Milo, then you finish and come back to oil, and then you go and pick, no. You make sure when you're in that aisle, you pick all the things that you need to pick from that aisle. The other technique that works for a lot of people is the Pomodoro technique. And what does that mean? Pomodoro. It's just bursts of 25 minutes. For those of you who have short attention span, this works like magic. I'm telling you. So you box 25 minutes, you set a timer. I'm going to be working on this report. After 25 minutes, you will not be done. You just take a 5 minutes break. You come back again. Now, when you've done your 25 minutes, which is 1 hour, you take a longer break. Depending on you and what works for you, that longer break could be about 10 to 15 minutes. Some people take as long as 30 minutes. So they can refresh and they'll be able to come back a lot more better. So when it comes to productivity and you look at these techniques, one of the questions that I keep getting is, are our workload expectations realistic, Maame? I get that a lot. It's not something I have answers to right now, but it's something that I need you to begin to think about, especially if you're a team lead. And do people have the autonomy to manage their time more effectively? So those are some questions I want you to linger in your minds as you go through the weekend into next week. Now, my favorite, energy management. It's an amazing untapped resource, people. It is about recognizing your personal energy cycles. We call it the chronotypes, and making sure that you listen to your body as well. So for some of you, it's in the morning, like your best brain work, the biggest ideas, the most sensible, intelligent things will come to you in the morning. So you wake up in the morning and things start popping up like that. That's fine. For some of us, the angels visit in the night. So they come after 12 midnight. So whether you are a diurnal person or a nocturnal person, you need to know to be able to understand when you do the most demanding things. Unfortunately, if you are nocturnal and you have a job that starts from 8 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m., then I'm sorry, you've got to do some work in the night and produce them in the morning. But it only shows that if you understand your body, there's a time in the day my body just wants to sleep. It's just me. And I figured that out. Question is, so if you're working, do you go and sleep? Oh, some workplaces allow that. But in a lot of our workplaces like mine where I work, it's not allowed. So what do? I make sure that I pop a lot of engagement things and interaction things in those times so that I can make up for them when I am in my best of mind to do individual contribution work. You need to know your body. It helps you to take the right break. It helps you to rest well. It helps you to recover properly to take on the next wave of tasks. Productivity is what we are talking about. We want to see how you can be more productive within the time you have and within the projects that you have to deliver on. So how do you manage your energy? I come from a place of learning to manage your total energy. It's not just about the physical, it is about your mental, it is also about your emotional and even your spiritual energy. Sometimes you're in a place where you feel something is not right, something is not working, and that I need you to be very aware of. And when you are looking for proper productivity, don't take after me. Don't ignore the impact of sleep. Sleep is very important. It's a great medicine. Last night I just couldn't do it. Like, I had cheated on sleep for so many days. I was sitting and texting one of my team members and I was just writing gibberish. I was chatting with Nasim and I was just typing, I don't even know what language. The body was there. It couldn't take it anymore. It wasn't so late, but I was done. I needed to sleep, so I had to sleep. And you need to also feed your body well. You need to feed your body well. And please, we hear about exercise, want to keep fit. You need to be mindful that not every exercise type is for your body type. So when you want to exercise, know what you want to do. Know which activities energize you. Know what and who drains you. And know how you can structure your day according to your body energy. And the last but not least that I'm going to talk to you about is about taming this huge monster called the digital beast. Whew. Distractions from our phones, from technology. Maame has sent something and she has done a broadcast and something has popped up and my favorite comedian has sent something, and all of that is eating into our productive time. So you need to, if you're doing time blocking, you actually should be blocking time in your calendar where you're checking on your social media handles and not to be doing that every minute. And so I will encourage you, set boundaries with your work hours when it comes to your phone and your tablets, especially with social media. Unless you're working in social media, then you have to be following. So for you, that is productivity. But if it is a distraction to you, please make sure that you block time, because you can't lie to yourself that you will not look. You need to block time for it. And that brings us to the end of our productivity or peak productivity part 1. We will meet you again in 2 weeks when we discuss the next part. Thank you very much for joining. It's been amazing and awesome time spent with all of you, and I'm very pleased. And as always, we want to ask if anybody has any questions. So you have a QR code on your screen. Please scan or pop your questions in the chat, and we are more than ready to answer them for you. Questions? Eric, I see that you've unmuted yourself. Please go ahead.
Well, I don't have much to say. It's unfortunate I joined very late, not knowing you had a good stuff for us. I don't know how I can wake up. I don't know how I can get what you presented before I joined.
Okay.
I am honestly impressed with the latest information I obtained. I mean, it's good, but due to the knowledge, I'm only hoping to practicalize this. Thanks so much for this.
Thank you so much, Eric. Yes, and we pray that we will all be able to practicalize this. It doesn't come with a whim. It comes with practice. It takes some time, but thank you for the commitment. And you're asking how you can do that. We will share the link to the recording so everybody can have access to do a replay. Even if you were here from before it started, it doesn't hurt to take another lesson in the coming days. Yes. Hocket, your hand is up. Kindly go ahead.
Productivity is actually something everybody is to achieve every day. Yeah, but my question is, how do you manage, for instance, you are a fresher in a working environment, that you need to prove yourself for instance, if you're looking forward to a job, you would have to come to work early and possibly leave late and all that. Trying to appear productive. For instance, too busy but doing nothing?
Thank you so much. This is a great question. I can assure you that a lot of leaders are beginning to open their eyes to some of these tricks. And we get into talent discussions, promotions, when new roles come up. And these things come up. And you'll be shocked that people know. You think you're working about and you're impressing people, and they know. When we get together and we start discussing and your name comes up, oh, don't mind that guy. He's walking about like he's doing something. He doesn't do anything. And people are beginning to see through these things. But your name will come up and they'll say, oh, that guy, he looks like he's not doing anything. Very quietly, he's doing what is required of him. He gives me quality. I don't have any problem. And it will come up. So how you manage it is that you should know that it looks like everybody is busy. But at the end of the day, apart from where the culture allows for people to bootleg and find their way up, when it's a properly structured environment, you would see that people are rewarded for actual productive work. So if you're listening to me and you're looking for how to appear busy, no. Rather focus on how you can deliver on the organization's goals, what you've been asked to do, your targets. For some of you, you have crazy sales targets, and sometimes it feels like it's not doable. Just chunk them into smaller pieces and get at them daily, weekly, monthly, and that's how we can do it. By the end of the year, you will not be able to believe that you have been able to sell that much for the business. And for some of you, it's project timelines for clients that is absolutely looking like a monster. You need to be able to get at it. Next, in the next webinar, we'll be discussing some of the very funny ones where we look into how you will have to deal with the things that you don't like to deal with at work. And if it has to be productive and it sits with your target, then unfortunately, you need to get at it. Yeah? Thank you, Hocket. David, do we have any questions in the chat box? Let me check. Anybody else with a question, comment, anything that you rather? Okay. All right. Right. So thanks once again to everybody. And if you're looking to connect with me or you want to ask further questions, these are my details on the page. Remember, this is the 565 professional series that is leading up to our 2025 PA conference. We have been talking about productivity, having peak productivity in the midst of all the crazy targets, the no time day, and the energies that are constantly dissipating. It is doable. If you set the SMART goals, you apply the right tools, and you seek for help, you should be able to deliver with yourself, with the team, in your personal life, and eventually for the organization. Thanks to everybody. Have an awesome weekend. It's a Friday. Go have you some fun, okay? And be productive in having that fun. Enjoy. Bye. Thank you.
The PA Conference 2025 is here, and you get what you've been asking for. A 2-day experience packed with learning, inspiration, and meaningful connection. Date 17th to 18th July 2025. Venue Labadi Beach Hotel. Theme Growth for Cross-Border Relevance. This isn't just any other conference. It is a call to grow, add value to yourself, and make relevant impact. Register now so you don't miss out. Share this in your network and invite someone. PA Conference 2025. Growth, value, impact.
So the point is 2025 is not really the focus. It's not about what the year is, about what you do, right? You can have an old year in a new year. You can do the same things in 2025 and nothing will change. You can make 2025 a brand new year if you are willing to learn and committed to apply what you've learned. And I'm prepared to pay the price for change, because change is tough, change is difficult, change is out of the comfort zone. but change is rewarding. So my urge for you is see the new year in your new desire and your new focus and your new discipline. That's how it works, right? So whatever they call the year, it's about you and the price you pay to be different. So for more insights like this, for like-minded people who can help you galvanize your future, register for the PA Conference 2025 at 565.co. Go online, let's meet, and let's be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you.
Date 17th to 18th July 2025. Venue Labadi Beach Hotel. Theme Growth for Cross-Border Relevance. Register now so you don't miss out. Share this in your network and invite someone. PA Conference 2025. Growth, value, impact.
So are you a PA, an EA, a chief of staff, or a project manager, or a leader of others in corporate Ghana? This year, I want to warmly invite you to the PA Conference 2025. We can't wait to host you. Come build a beautiful network. Come grow your essential skills so that you can be the leader that you're called to be.
Date 17th to 18th July 2025. Venue Labadi Beach Hotel. Theme Growth for Cross-Border Relevance. Register now so you don't miss out. Share this in your network and invite someone. PA Conference 2025. Growth, value, impact. Impact.
When we had this vision and my business partner and I sat and spoke about it and delivered the first 2019 PA conference, after we thought this might not even happen, we realized the traction that this could give to the professionals who are in the space of supporting executives and business leaders and who they themselves need a certain level of support to grow. So 2019, we spoke about leadership. 2022, we came back. 2023 was awesome. This year, we have spoken about thriving in growth, and it can only get better. So 2025, people, we are going Africa. Yes, we're bringing African countries to Accra to join us to do this PA conference. I don't know what you've been waiting for, but we have seen a steady growth, and year on year, how our executive and personal assistants are talking about the value, the impact, and the growth that they're gleaning from our sessions.
Date 17th to 18th July 2025. Venue Labadi Beach Hotel. Theme Growth for Cross-Border Relevance. Register now so you don't miss out. Share this in your network and invite someone.